Hello, and welcome to Wanted, a show about gadgets, gear, and lifestyle news. Today is July 14th, 2024. Okay, I have the article. I have it all set up right. Season 1, Episode 21. I am Mayor Watt. That is the Sentient AI's visualizer.
Welcome to Wanted. Thank you for joining us, ohmTown citizens.
I'm blowing out my mic. Anyway, yeah, it hurts. Today we're going to be talking about a wall charger, adjustable weights, an exercise bike from Echelon, on-ear headphones, a portable PC in your pocket. I'm just happy to see. Fans to keep you cool, an unusual phone, cool Halloween decorations. Yes, I know it's early, but you gotta start early to win the competition in the neighborhood. Mini LED instead of OLED TV, and a weird charger? Wait, we might have the same two articles in the same place.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Let's get into it. All right, folks, right out of the gate, if you hit !NSN, it'll pull up the non-sequitur news articles. If you want to get wanted, you'll do !want. If you want to get any of the others, you'll hit !show notes. And if you want to get the podcast, you'll type !pod. So why did I say NSN? That's because it's our daily show, and it has basically a holistic news sampling across all of our properties. We've got 7 podcasts, 50 channels on ohmTown.com. We do a live show on the weekends now every Sunday from, we try to start at 10 a.m. Today we started at noon, but this is our inaugural all-day show. We reset every about 15 minutes after each show, and so we are on the Wanted channel, or the Wanted show right now. Anyway, let's get into our news. What say ye?
Let's do it.
All right. The first article is actually something from July 4th sale. We are a weekly show, and so this was probably going on while the sale was going on. But regardless, I really like wall warts, wall chargers, surge protectors, power supplies, battery backup stuff. I think it's really important to have that nowadays because you never know when power is going to go out. It's kind of a weird side effect of climate change. And you never know when you might get a call from a friend or a family member or work or whatever, and you got to go and do something. And if you have a go bag centered around technology, then you can grab it and get the hell out.
I didn't even know there were in-wall surge protectors.
Well, let's check this out. Protect your appliances without extra cords with this in-wall surge protector, but you'll need to act quickly. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. If it's an important gadget, then get it anyway. Because you buy it and you're done. You don't have to worry about anything else, right? But let's see what this thing looks like. The article is over at cnet.com by Stephanie Barnes. And that's what it looks like right there. It's kind of like a surge suppressor, or a GFI, right?
Right, that's what it looks like.
And so when you spend your hard-earned money on home appliances and expensive gadgets, it's important to protect them. By the way, just to draw attention to this, I have on my build table over here a desktop that decided to eat itself because it was the one device directly plugged into the wall outlet with no surge suppressor, and a storm rolled through in what is a fairly new mayoral mansion. The surge went through and took out 2 computers, one that was on a surge suppressor that the surge was suppressed, and the other one 2 floors away. Yeah, this one. So
not good.
Yeah. And it's not easy.
All the reason to get one of these.
Correct. So if you swap out your wall outlets with these, then you have a good surge suppressor that's built into it. So it can make a key difference when it comes to keeping your things safe and grounded. Right now, you can pick this Rocketfish in-wall surge suppressor up for just $20. I don't know what that cost is going to be when you decide to hear this. But the Rocketfish 2-outlet in-wall surge suppressor typically sells for $50. You don't have to put this everywhere, but put it in places where you value the electronics that are plugged into it. If they cost more than $50 and they're hard to get, you'll want a surge suppressor. Hold on a second.
I was trying to see if I could find the
Yeah. So
the current price. It looks like it's currently off sale, but I'm sure it'll go on sale again. And plus, like you said, if it's important enough, just get it.
Yep. So it says, though traditional surge suppressor or protectors are more popular, in-wall surge protectors can safeguard your devices without the added clutter, which is basically you plug in a multi-strip surge suppressor. But it says no one wants a bunch of cords and wires running around their home. Rocketfish surge protector can be installed directly into your wall, and it looks like a typical outlet but offers extra protection during power spikes and other issues. But it's the spikes that really matter. A brownout where the power fluctuates, your device can turn off. Big deal. But a surge, it can't protect itself, and the power supply may not survive. Or I should say your power supply for your electronic device may not be able to protect. And so the surge goes right on through. Now, I'm no slouch when it comes to this, because I, back in the day, when I was much younger, when modems, those things that make those weird squealy sounds.
Oh yeah, they make the weird sounds.
Yeah. When those were in existence, I was suffering through a storm, and I said, you know what, I'm going to disconnect my modem. And as I reached for the cable to pull it out of the computer, lightning struck the telephone pole out in front of the house. It went through the phone line, which wasn't connected to a surge suppressor, and all the hair on my body stood up. You could smell the ozone. It fried the computer and the hard drive and the data, taking out a book that I was writing. And
that's really scary.
Demotivated me from being an author, because it was all on that hard drive. And then I learned another valuable lesson about backing up, honeymoon pictures, and other pictures. Well, anyway, let's not get into it. So do yourself a favor, get some in-wall surge suppression if you don't want to have all these cables dangling around. You can also get whole home surge suppression, but it's much more expensive. Breakers are not sophisticated enough. They're kind of bulk. When too much of a charge goes through, they break. But surge suppressors and line conditioners for the whole house are probably the ideal. So that's what
Well, it also seems like that, because if the house technology changes or whatever, this seems like this is more manageable to make adjustments.
Yes. Yep, for sure. Yep, I like this. I would rather have it in the wall. The whole house thing is a really big expense. It usually has to get mounted in wherever the power outlet, the wall, the fuse box is, the breaker box.
Okay, right. It's not like something you just tack on, right? It's a little more invasive installation.
Yeah, you get an electrician out, and it has to be cleared, and because the wrong thing can actually cause damage to the power grid versus the house. This, you don't need an electrician. You just can't be a goober. So turn off the power, make sure that it's not hot, disconnect the power or the outlet and put the new outlet in. Anyway, want. What I really want is this, but with USB, USB-C outlets.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. Well, maybe they'll make a variation on that.
Yeah, they already have them out there, but not like this. Not yet. I don't think they have it as a in-wall surge protector, but they have the USB-C. So we're just a few steps away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Soon we'll get them both. What? So the next mayoral mansion will be swapped out for sure. All of the outlets will have in-wall surge protectors that have USB-C. Let's keep going. The next article is over in Reality Hacker. Should have been in last show, but it's in this show. These adjustable weights are usually $500. Today, they're only $200. This is because it comes from Digital Trends, and so it was thrown in a Reality Hacker.
Oh, okay.
And we were talking about health in Reality Hacker, and so it's a good tie back into the Reality Hacker show. So investing in health, this FitRx Smart Rack and Smart Bells kit is $300 off at Walmart, which is one of the best deals that the authors have seen. The Sentient AI, which you can't see, doesn't have a visual representation other than that right there for the amount of energy used in
right here.
Yeah, developing in their speech. That's the compute power representation. Well, I see a cascade of weird characters because when I found the Sentient AI, it was at 2 o'clock in the morning at a Wendy's parking lot. They were in this little scooped out area. And it was this weird USB drive that just seemed to compile itself when I plugged it in and threw up a graphic on the screen that looks like the Matrix cascading characters. I need to get this created so that it looks like that, so that y'all can see kind of what I see. But anyway, we'll work on that. My point is, the Sentient AI kind of went, what are you talking about when I said that we talked about health related AI stuff over in Reality Hacker? And this, you don't remember the...
I mean, we talked about DNA.
No, the Huffington AI Fitbot thing that was gonna...
Oh, right. I was thinking of the other thing about hydration, which was from Non Sequitur News.
Yeah, no, we talked about AI in Reality Hacker, which is the show dedicated to basically hacking reality, AI, XR, VR.
I obviously need a reboot.
Yep, I think so. So there's this big promotion in that, not really promotion, but they're hyping up this idea of open AI in Huffington, I think it's called, right? AI, something like that.
It was their program, but I don't remember what the program was called.
Yeah, I guess their marketing didn't work on us. But anyway, so it was all about modifying your behavior so that you work out and get healthy, and that the AI is going to learn about you. Well, just take a baby step. Go and get these adjustable weights. By the way, they're big and bulky, and they're always big and bulky. If you want 5 pounds, the bar is the full length of this. If you want 35 pounds, it's the full width of this. Regardless, you're picking up from this end to this end, and your little, 5 pound weight, I don't know if it goes that low. It goes up to at least like 50 pounds. So we'll see. Michael Bazzacco.
By the way, that was from Thrive Global.
Yeah, look, they didn't get the job. Okay. Anyway. So it says, we're always on the lookout. This is over at Digital Trends, and Michael Bazzacco put the article together. What's neat about these weights is that you basically you dial in how much weight you want, and then you lift them up. Okay. And their weights are very, very expensive. I don't know if it's all because of the shipping or what, but they're really expensive. Usually they're $500. Today they're only $200. This is back in July 9th. So whatever they are today, that's what they are. But they say they're always on the lookout for fitness deals. And now they found a terrific Walmart offer. It's made of some weird metal that might irradiate you or something. I don't know.
Oh, wait a second. We don't know that.
Alien metal that seeks to take over your brain. Just kidding. I have no idea what it's made of. It could be die cast or it could steel.
Do you think it's made by explosion welding?
Man. We were talking about explosion welding. It makes alloys. Or no, it fuses two different metals together that typically can't be welded together with the same consistency and maintaining the same data, the same metrics, the same metallurgy.
Like same properties.
Same properties. There you go. That's the word. Thank you. See, big brain sentient AI from the future. Anyway, they say it's a fantastic investment in those looking to upgrade old workout equipment, as well as anyone trying to pick up bells for the first time. Or you can do long-term investment in your health and buy a tonal. It's pretty expensive though. But it does all kinds of stuff, including motivate you to get your butt out of bed. Although, like I joked in the previous show, turning on your heated blanket to plasma will get your butt out of bed too, so that you go use the tonal. Anyway, smart bells support up to 220 pounds and has built-in dials for adjusting weight. It says 220 pounds, but I don't know what they're talking about there, right? Like, there's no way that this is 100 pounds on each side. Like, it's not 110 pounds. Like 50.
It looks like it is.
55 on this.
Article.
55 on this. All right, that's pretty insane. So the smart. Hold on. So you'll be able to adjust from 5 up to 52.5 pounds. Yeah. So.
So you could maybe add other ones or something.
There's no way that you can get up to 220 pounds.
Exactly. I don't understand that.
So I don't get it. Like 52.5 pounds is pretty heavy duty. By the time you're doing this weight, you're probably in the gym, like using something that allows you to do a little bit more controlled development. I don't know if you're going to have this sitting at home. 220 pounds, for crying out loud. Anyway, from
probably
5 to 52
not
pounds.
The casual lifter, but I'm sure some people do.
Yeah, so it says everyone from first-time lifters to seasoned bicep masters can flex to their heart's content. And so, if it's available, then go and get it. It's pretty inexpensive at $200. I don't know if it still is, but I've paid too much attention to this. I want it because it's so easy. Like, you don't have to have multiple weights. I've used these in the past. They're pretty great, simply because they're such a small form factor.
I think that is the benefit, right? If you live in a small apartment or something, you could probably have this and not take up a whole room.
Yeah, just remember you're not at Gold's Gym. Don't go dropping those things in your apartment. Otherwise, they're going to end up in the ground floor pretty damn quick.
Plus, the neighbors below might not like it too much.
I'm just going to move on. Anyway, the next article is over on Technology Today. Score an Echelon exercise bike for a jaw-dropping $400 off during Target's Circle Week. If you're interested in new at-home workout equipment, this $200 Echelon deal at Target's Circle Week makes it easier on your budget. The article is by Ingrid Cruz over at cnet.com. I actually just got rid of an exercise bike. It wasn't an Echelon, though.
Was it in time for this sale?
No. But I hardly ever ride. And so, like, I'll use the tonal, or I'll use free weights, or I'll do a push-up. Just one, though, just to let me know I can do them.
The AI reads some code for a push-up, but doesn't actually execute any.
Yeah, the AI flexes by programming the hue lights. Look what I can do. So Amazon Prime Day is coming up in just over a week. Target Circle Week also has multiple deals up its sleeve. I don't know when. I forgot Prime Day. Is that still coming? I don't remember.
Yeah, it is. We looked this up, I think, last time.
July 13th. From now until July 13th. So we missed it. Damn it. Anyway, go check out the Echelon GT exercise bike.
The Prime Day is 16 to 17, so there will be more deals coming up from the competitors and Amazon.
Gotcha. So the reason why I chose this is because I really do like exercise bikes. They allow you to get aerobic without impact on your knees to any great extent. Definitely nothing on your spine. And you can just kind of cruise to your heart's content. The reason why I got rid of mine is because somebody else wanted one, and I like to modernize my equipment as time goes on. And so this actually is more modern equipment. The bike is built with 32 levels of magnetic resistance, so you don't have to worry about weight based or like it's a different type of wheel. So instead of it being like a resistance band on a centrifugal wheel, this is actually magnetic resistance that increases the amount of resistance. So the purchase of the bike includes a complimentary day of Premier Echelon membership worth $40. Just note that you'll need to cancel before your trial ends if you don't want to continue using it. Pay a monthly fee, and they have a typo in their article. That's still been there since the 9th. Come on. Anyway, the bike can hold up to 300 pounds, allows you to adjust for your height, and it has a smart holder, holds water bottles. It allows you to put two pound dumbbells on. It has two slots that can hold small 2 pound dumbbells, and I actually did that myself. I actually put wrist weights on so that I could go like that, while you're riding. It's kind of the equivalent of holding onto your handlebars and pulling yourself up a hill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's giving your upper body more of a workout than you might get from a stationary bike.
Yeah. So I think it's pretty cool. And it has a more modern screen sitting on it. It doesn't look like one of those little, 1970s Star Trek push the button kind of.
Right.
They always seem to have horrible telemetry providing technologies. And in what I really want is just a Bluetooth connection to my device and an app that feeds the data back and forth. Particularly if you're going to have analog resistance. But anyway, pretty cool, and I want it. Anyway, not today, though, Mayor Watt. Not today. Let's keep going. Got to play some catch-up. So the next article is over in the Wanted channel as well. That's directly under Gadgets and Technology, and down at the bottom is Wanted. It's one of our many gadgets and technology shows that I want to bring to Twitch and YouTube and the world via the podcast. So their favorite on-ear headphones are already on sale for Prime Day. Recently tried Marshall's Major 4 on-ear headphones, and the author says that they're in love. The headphones are easily collapsible, making them a great accessory to take on train rides or casually relaxing by the pool while providing solid audio. If you've been wanting to buy a pair of on-ear headphones, now's the time. Marshall's Major 4 on-ear headphones are they're on sale for $33, but they range from $150 originally.
Yeah, they're 33% off.
Yeah, bringing the price down from $150 to $99. So it's a range, because sometimes it's $150 and sometimes they lower the price. So be prepared if you go over there. That they have this like pseudo dynamic pricing that nobody really knows when the price is going to change. It could be in your shopping cart, like at McDonald's, and by the time you
is it in Amazon? Yeah.
So
we don't get we don't have any affiliate links with any of these or any sponsors with these. Right.
This is provided. The article is posted over at pocket-lint.com, and the author is Charlotte Maracina. And yeah, they list this as $99, the Marshall Major 4s. And I'm always looking for new over-ear, on-ear, and in-ear headsets, mainly because I like to try out the ever-evolving technology. So I use in-ears when I'm doing the show. In fact, it's causing me a problem right now. But I don't like wearing headphones when I'm streaming.
You don't want to look like an air traffic controller?
No, because every time I go like this, the plane crashes into the neighbors.
Oh, no.
So they say that they've been using the headphones for almost a month, and they quickly became their go-to headphones whenever they're on the go, like commuting on the subway or when they're doing a casual walk to the coffee shop. The headphones don't have any noise canceling abilities, but they do isolate sound, drowning out some background noise. If it doesn't have any noise cancellation and they're on ear, it's because they're basically plugging up your head with the suction, not the suction cup, but the ear cups themselves are clamping onto your head with enough force to blank out sound, and they're closed back, so no sound is getting in. The reason why somebody might appreciate not having noise cancellation is that it doesn't drain the battery as fast. Noise cancellation is an active feature, and so it drains the battery as you use it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And so their favorite aspect of the Marshall Major 4 on-ear headphones is the square design of the ear cups and the faux leather cushion. The only reason why I wanted this is that they're small, dense. The head strap is wide, and it doesn't seem to have a horrible pivot point. And
I was gonna say, I wonder how the connector is.
Yeah, and the pivot is actually right here, is in the rotating like this, and I think that it has minimal rotation this way, and so there's no real hinge to break that I could make out when I was looking at it. And if it does, that hinge is going to be buried inside here somewhere, and it looks like it's a really chunky piece of either plastic or metal and plastic combined. The only thing that has ever really sucked about headphones is the collapsibility of headphones. But if they're small enough, then you don't have to worry about it. And these look like they're small enough to not have to worry about a hinge. The plastic hinges suck. And I wish that manufacturers would just route the cable some external way and use metal hinges, because these plastic ones break all kinds of reasons. But if you drop them, breaks the hinge. If you sleep with your headphones on, you break the hinge. If you use your headphones too much, you break the hinge. I used to buy these really cheap ones, and they're still under warranty, and I've got 2 broken pairs. I've had 6 broken pairs. And now I pay 3 times as much for headphones, and they haven't broken yet.
But have you had them long enough? Probably
not. Yeah. They would have to exist 3 times as long before they break for them to make any economic sense. But with more money comes higher quality of sound and everything else involved. All right. But I want them mainly because I want to try these out to see what the sound is like. Marshall is a name brand that makes amplifiers, so maybe they're...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's keep going. The next article is over on the WarCrafters channel. Rip the display off a laptop, snap its keyboard in the middle, and you've got this portable PC you can stick in your pocket. Yeah, if you got a big old pocket. The article's over at pcgamer.com. Nick Evanson is the author. The deck statement says, "Excuse me while I whip this out." Now, any of y'all kind folks got a monitor and a mouse handy? That little deck statement is from, what's the name of the movie? Oh man. Where he becomes sheriff. And he says to, I can't remember the guy's name. He says to one of the characters, "I can only eat 8 Schnitzen Gruben." It's not Arrested Development. It's where he's the sheriff.
Know.
He's the sheriff of Rock Ridge.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Blazing Saddles. Damn it. I knew it. I knew what I was talking about. Anyway. Because he says, "Excuse me while I whip this out," and everybody gasps. And then he says another line after it that sounds like, "Now any of y'all kind folks got a monitor and a mouse handy," but that's not what this is. Anyway, man, this show should be
This should be a non sequitur news.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so it says modern laptops are remarkably capable PCs, but even the smallest and lightest of them aren't especially portable. It's not like you can stick one in your pocket, for example. One startup in China, though, reckons that it has a perfect solution by eschewing the display altogether and fitting a hinge in the keyboard, so the whole PC can be stuffed down the back of your pants. Sporting designed by Linglong. What you've got are two frames connected via a hinge with a 60-watt battery and the left piece and a small motherboard housing the Ryzen 7 8840U processor, soldered DDR5 RAM, an NVMe 4.2 2230 socket, and a bunch of USB ports on the other side. That AMD APU is pretty much the same that's in the Asus ROG Ally, which is a handheld gaming console, albeit one with a fancy NPU neural processing unit. Dun dun. 8 cores, 16 threads, 5.1 gigahertz boost clock, and 30 watts total power. It's a perfectly capable little chip. Graphics duties are handled by its integrated Radeon 780M and 768 RDNA 3 shaders. If you've ever used a Steam Deck or ROG Ally, you know that it's good enough for 1080p gaming on low settings in many of today's games. But hell, it doesn't have a display. It has a tiny trackpad, and it's certainly not a proper laptop. But that's what it looks like right there. I'm gonna hit that to see if we can see it. So that's what it looks like folded out. It actually has directional keys. It's a full QWERTY keyboard. Looks like a 65.
Do you think it has good talk?
I doubt it. No. I doubt it has any thock. So it has a USB-A, USB-C, and I don't know. I wonder what it can actually run. So let's see. The lack of an HDMI port means that a USB adapter or a cable will be required too, so it doesn't have HDMI at all. What might be interesting about this is if you use AR glasses, you might be able to plug this directly in.
Oh, that would be really interesting.
Yep. So it's roughly $413 for the 16 gigabit or gigabyte memory in the 512 gigabyte model. That's the storage. So 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of storage, and $500 for the 32 gigs in 1 terabyte version. I would go with the bigger one, mainly because that 32 gigs allows you to have a little bit of room to play around with more than one app running. So it's quite a bit cheaper than an Asus ROG Ally, except the Ally actually is a complete device. However, that does at least come with a display and attached controllers, though it has one USB Type-C port for attaching any peripherals, and you'd never want to use its 7-inch screen to do any office work. It doesn't matter.
Right. I mean, I think the portability is really good. And then also, like you said, if you could do it with AR, that might work pretty well.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Yeah, I'd have to look at this. Total price with an AR glasses setup would probably be about $1,000 though, but extreme portability because you can just have the glasses on and then plop this thing out and get to work. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty good, and it's a lot. I mean, you're going to spend more than that on a non-portable, right? So it depends on what you need to use it for.
Trying to get a laptop of this power?
Oh, right, exactly.
Good luck. Okay, wanted. Let's keep going. The next article is over on the Mobile channel. 9 best fans to keep you cool this summer. I'm going to do this one really fast because there's only so much that you can say about fans. Nick Stockton, though, put the article together over at Vice.com, of all things. I actually filter out a lot of the stuff from Vice because, well, it's questionable. Anyway, if you're ever looking for a fan, Vornado 660 is the best overall according to them. The most stylish is the Vornado Silver Swan. If you want to spend a whole lot of money, then get the Dyson. It's really expensive. Let me see if they actually have the price in any of these articles. Anyway, they say the overall best is Vornado is probably the best known fan manufacturer in the game. I didn't know that. With a wide range of expertly engineered products. The 660 is a sleek space-age unit with contrasting gloss and matte finishes and a smooth chrome glide bar that allows for maximum anglage, while also having a kind of Kubrick 2001 vibe. I guess the monolithic. But if you want one that doesn't have any like grill or anything like that, but is actually kind of neat to look at, wait, the 660 looks like that? No. So that's not the one that I was talking about. No, it's only $100 for the Vornado.
Oh, okay. That's nice. And I think you want like two things, right? You want it to circulate air and you want it to be reasonably quiet.
Yeah, and fans are always loud. No matter how much you think that they can be quiet, they're loud. So the one that doesn't have a conventional fan is the Dyson Purifier. It actually doesn't have a fan for animals or children to get their little fingers or noses. In all of these cases, the grill is actually small enough that you're not going to get animal noses in, but little curious fingers certainly can. So this actually has a formaldehyde filtering system, the Dyson Purifier Cool Formaldehyde TP09 purifying fan. But look at the price of this beast, $640.
Wow. I mean, I do think fans are one of those things that you might buy and then possibly use for years.
Right.
But
you know what?
It's still very expensive as an initial purchase.
You can buy 6 of these Vornados.
Exactly, and get more air circulation.
You can basically create your own hurricane in your office. A veritable tornado Vornado tornado. Oh, is it not ironic, though, that I can buy 6 of them and it's the Vornado 660?
Oh,
wow.
Maybe so.
Dun, dun, dun. Moving on, the next article is over in Reality Hacker. An $81 million painting inspired the design of this unusual phone. Realme, I'm not sure how they pronounce it, will use paintings by Claude Monet as inspiration on its forthcoming Realme 13 Pro series devices. And we've got the details, not just we've got the snippet, but we're going to point you over to digitaltrends.com and Andy Boxall put the article together. So the Realme 13 Pro phones use colors and designs inspired by 2 impressionist painters' most recognizable works, Grainstack Sunset and Water Lilies. The Monet Gold phone, influenced by Grainstack, is the only one the company has shown off on the stage, and you can see the subtle gold tones and the reflections on the surface of the device, which evoke the sunset and the scene from one of Monet's famous and incredibly valuable paintings. How valuable? Auction House Christie's sold Grainstack Sunset for $81.4 million in 2016.
Pretty valuable.
The phone is not going to be even close to that valuable. Just want to remind you.
How many phones do you think you'd have to buy to hit that same valuation?
Depends on the manufacturer. So let's see if the Realme 13 Pro is worth $81 million in 2016. So another series painted by Monet is reached 110 million in 2019 at Sotheby's. So it'll be joined by a second special edition phone in a color called Monet Purple, which is inspired by Water Lilies painting. So there's the phone. There's no prices. There's no prices.
Well, I mean, why would we have those?
Yeah, don't inform anybody about the actual prices. I'm sure that they weren't provided to the people. It says the only release information on the new phones is they will be released in India in the near future. So,
okay, so they probably don't even have US pricing yet.
Yeah.
It's very stylish looking. I don't know if I would look at it and go, oh, well, that's from the painting.
It's Monet. Let's buy 2. Moving on. Next article is over in Technology Today. 33 of the coolest Halloween decorations you can snag right now. It's always a good time for Halloween. I agree. Plan ahead and spice up your place inside and out with ultra cool decorations for your upcoming holiday. What do you think? Let's pivot the mayoral mansion into all year round Halloween inside.
I don't know about that.
All right. Well, let's move on.
We don't want to have like howling voices every time the show is going.
Other than the mayor for 8 hours on Sunday.
Right.
So the article's over at cnet.com. Adrian Marlowe is the author, and the deck statement says it's always a good time for Halloween. Plan ahead, spice up your place inside and out with ultra cool decorations for the upcoming holiday. And they always have this little below the fold list. Halloween wreath with skulls. Ooh, that one's actually pretty festive. 3D bat stickers, that'll drive you batty if you put them all over the place. Keep birds from smashing into your windows.
That's true.
A mummy hand wreath hanger that you can stick your Halloween wreath with skulls on.
There you go.
Wow.
Now you're making a scene.
That's right. Black gauze draping the cloth. Black gauze draping cloth for $15. A Iceno? I don't know. Whatever it is. Realistic skeleton garden stakes. That's $19.
Okay, now I don't know anything about this brand, but I do recommend something like that because you can customize how it's displayed.
Yeah,
it's
you can
probably multiple pieces. Yeah.
What you do is you get a skeleton dog and you put one of these arms in its mouth, and then you stake one of the arms and the head somewhere else in the yard, and you make a whole scene. It's a thing. So wall-mounted life-size creepy reaching hands. I guess you're going to do that decor inside your place. Retro no trespassing tin sign for $7. What? Oh God. So that would be hilarious if you have a fence and you put that on there. No trespassing. We're tired of hiding the bodies.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I couldn't read that from my view.
You're a sentient AI from the future. You should be able to see everything. What the heck? Oh my goodness. How about a Scream Ghost Face door cover? I actually developed a product that was interchangeable. These never really got traction though. So how about a 21-inch brown jumping spider animatronic?
Oh gosh, that's enough to cause some people panic.
How about a Halloween lighted skull tower with a raven? Nevermore. $90. But it's only 27.5 inches. How big is the bird? Like 2 inches tall?
Yeah, maybe.
How about witch's cauldron serving bowls on a rack? That actually looks like it might be fun. They'd get knocked over so fast. And the haunted mansion scene with music and lights, which isn't that the Disney haunted mansion?
Yeah, I think it is.
Huh. And look at the price difference. Watch this. This is amazing. $30, exactly. $8, $25, 15, 19, 26, 7, 23, 50, 90, 53, and then $249.
Yeah, I don't know if those are the more life-size things for out in your yard or what.
Let's scroll down a little bit. You can 3D print these. I think that there's stuff like that you can 3D print. So buy a 3D printer, you can make all kinds of Halloween stuff. Yeah. There's the no trespassing. We're tired of hiding the bodies. That'll freak your neighbors out.
Oh yeah.
Then there's a door cover, which is spider. Wait. What? Oh, okay. There's more. So $249. Yeah, this is the Haunted Mansion. It's the branded Disney Haunted Mansion.
Oh, okay.
So
there are other things in the article that we didn't mention that they don't have photos of.
Yeah, fog machine for $149. Eliminator fog, amber fog. It's a 20-watt fogger for $73 versus a 1500-watt fog machine for $145. Black flameless flickering candles with a remote, 9 of them for $70. What? Sound activated animated headless man for 59 inches for $206. goodness. Time to watch Hocus Pocus 1 and 2. Let's
yes,
get going.
We're getting toward that time.
Hocus Pocus 3, let's go. All right, next article. It's over in the Wanted channel as well. 6 reasons to buy a mini LED TV or an OLED TV. Primarily, you don't have to worry about burning. So it seems everyone, whenever one type of TV is poised to dominate the market, the best picture quality possible, another innovative technology comes along to muddy the waters. Well, for years, OLED displays with their emissive pixels and ability to achieve true blacks and stark contrasts were pretty well ahead of their LED foes. Even bright quantum LED TVs, despite a high price. Well, how about 6 reasons that this author, Anthony Marcusa, over at pocket-lint.com, would choose a mini LED over an OLED. So with high levels of brightness and worthy contrasts, mini LED TVs are well suited for a variety of content. Mini LED TVs can be found in more sizes from more companies, and mini LEDs are pricey but still offer advanced technology at a lower cost compared to OLED models. I really think so. So number 1, you want a big TV. Mini LED is better when size matters. Do they actually talk about it though in any real way? Yeah, LG has made some from 80 inches up and up, for example.
So it's like more cost effective. You can get more for your money.
Yeah. Because it's less pricey. So OLEDs are very expensive. They're more expensive than LED TVs of the same size, and sometimes even relative to LED TVs that are slightly bigger. This trend is held true for all types of LED display, from quantum LED to more advanced Neo QLED TVs championed by Samsung, which has a strike of workers apparently still going on. So who knows what that price is going to be. You watch a variety of content, so if you're basically watching anything, then get mini LED. Says while it's a bit oversimplified, OLED TVs tend to be better support for cinematic content, particularly originals made from the top streaming services, as well as prestige shows and films. Much of this type of content is shot with cinematic techniques that are better observed with OLED, mainly because of the gamut, the dynamic range of the content itself, where you want blacks being completely black. Let's see.
They were featuring a bunch of Apple shows on there.
Oh, yeah. I think that's just Apple TV. Yeah. So haven't watched Dark Matter yet. Then they say you're watching in a bright room. Let's see. As many LED TVs boast impressive peak brightness, they will perform better than those that aren't always able to recreate a theater light experience in their home. So go with mini because they're brighter.
And there's less glare. That's a good thing.
Yep. Number 5 is more choice because there's more manufacturers of them than OLEDs. Then you get lower prices and more options, more features, and you want a TV with a long life because OLEDs will eventually fail. I'm not sure what the actual time frame is, but it says there's also issues with burn-in with OLED screens, which isn't significant or common as it once was, but still something to consider. If you leave your TV on, it will eventually burn in. It says it's not an issue with mini LED TVs since the screen is lit from behind. So there you go, folks. That's all 6. But there's minutiae within the article, so definitely follow the links. And our last article for today's Wanted is in Reality Hacker. This ridiculous looking charger is one of my favorite gadgets of 2024. And by I mean the author, and by the author, I mean Digital Trends. When you click the little link right there, it says visit the source. It'll take you over to the source. And like kind of it says, the article's statement, little snippet is, with over 200 watts of charging speed power, a partially see-through design, and a color display, this charger is one of the coolest gadgets that they've used. Tushar Mehta over at digitaltrends.com put the article together. There you go.
Oh, what is that?
So this is a charger, and it has a little screen that actually gives you information as to how much power is being pulled through it. So the first one here, it says 100 watts. The second one is 5 watts. The third one is 30 watts. And the last one looks like it's 18. But let's see what it actually says here, because I didn't click on the link or anything. But so have you ever seen a charger like this? No. The display that keeps you coming back. One button control. Is it a good charger? And charges everything everywhere. And a handsome no-brainer. That's me. An example of that phenomenon is the AceFast Z4, a GAN charger, which is awesome. It means it can push a whole lot of power and maintain the amount of heat that would be generated. If you get something other than a GAN charger, you'll never hit 200 watts, and be this size. So it houses 4 ports, a total output of over 200 watts, which means that you can charge nearly every phone, accessory, and even a laptop with the charger. But its biggest advantage lies in its charming appearance, and they think that it's just the most good-looking yet affordable charger that they've ever used. So it has a little button that displays the screen and what's plugged in, apparently, how much power is being drawn.
That's nice, because you can't always tell that depending on the charger type.
So
although you can sometimes see that on your device.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily show you what the rate is. So let me make sure that it isn't just, because it says max 100 watts or it's off or whatever. So you can actually direct how much power you want. So the second visually intriguing characteristic is the color display in the front. Displays are increasingly common on chargers and power banks as they help indicate the remaining power or the charging rate. So what I want to get for my go bag are a couple of these and several battery packs. And so you plug the battery packs into this and it charges the battery packs. And this can always be plugged into the wall.
Right, but then you could take the battery packs with you and use them wirelessly, right?
Yep.
Or at least they don't have to be plugged in. But
yeah, and then you can plug in other devices. So you basically just have these and they become the utilitarian tool here. And the good thing about this is that it actually has 3 USB-C and 1 USB-A. And everything is switching to USB-C. Like even the gadget that I made uses USB-C. It started out with a different USB port. I was even considering a barrel plug, but once USB-C came into existence, I pushed everything over to USB-C. So unlike the eyesores, AceFast Z4 has a colored TFT panel, which, although it measures just about the size of an Apple Watch's display, is a bonus to have on a charger. It's not supremely vibrant or sharp, but it's good enough to catch everyone's attention. So the top is reserved for branding. The bottom displays the mode, which changes the maximum speeds at which port. They'll discuss it below, but it says it has 4 color-coded mapped to each of the USB ports. Each of these colored boxes shows the real-time charging and maximum supported rates across the ports. So, ta-da.
That's really cool.
Isn't it? I really like it. I wonder if there's another brand that makes it. So, is it a good charger? Aesthetically, yeah. Backed by a GAN charger. Supports a combined output of 218 watts distributed across the 4 ports. So you can actually do 50 watts on each of the ports, actually 65 watts, and then 18 on USB-A, but that's because it's basically hobbled by USB-A connection speeds. You can even disable one of the USB-C ports and power 2 100 watt devices, which is basically every laptop.
That's neat too for flexibility.
Yep. If you want maximum charging speed. Otherwise, it is USB PD, so it will only pull as much as the device wants. So the maximum will be 100 watts.
Well, that's nice, because then that could create other problems if it didn't.
Yep. and then it says charges everything everywhere. So it looks like it's a pretty tiny little device, and pretty neat. So I don't know how much this costs. They say it's a handsome no-brainer. It's $80. And usually these things are one and done. You buy them once and you don't have to worry about it for 5 years, 10 years. I'm still using one that's probably 15 years old. USB-A for USB old technology that I don't care to fast charge. So pretty brilliant. Anyway, that's it. Ta-da. So definitely go out and get these, and some batteries. Plug them in. Although I'm not a big fan of Qi chargers because they're inefficient and they generate heat. Getting one so that you don't have to carry a cord around with your battery pack is pretty smart. Pardon me.
Right. So, it's probably good to just have in case.
That's right. So I'm going to plug into the 100 watt max USB-C port here, and that's going to bring us all the way back to the wanted front page. Again, it's right under gadgets and technology down there at the bottom there. Just click wanted, and it'll refresh and display look, more aliens. I'm telling you, aliens everywhere.
Gotta watch out for those.
Yep, for sure. All right, folks. Well, that's it for today's wanted. We're going to reset and we'll be back probably around 3:45 or so, as soon as I can reset for WarCrafters, which is a gaming show. My voice is getting scratchy already. 1 second.
Well, we'll be back soon, but you need to like and subscribe so you know when we go live.
That's right, over on YouTube and on Twitch, where you simulcast both locations. Be sure to log in and start chatting with us. That would be great. Be sure to go over to ohmTown.com, become a citizen, download the podcast, leave a 5-star review, and I'll quote whatever it is you put in there, as long as it isn't a hostile message. Anyway, thank you all very much. See you in a little bit. I have run out of power.